Hi students, so today we'll be solving problems on adjoint. So as we all know that to find the adjoint of any matrix, we are supposed to know the cofactors of each element, right? So we are supposed to know cofactor of each element here. If we know the cofactors, we can just replace those cofactors instead of these elements, and then if you take the transpose of those cofactors, you will get the adjoint of a matrix. So we'll solve this, you'll get to know. So obviously, as I told you, you can find the cofactor. You will find the cofactor of each of these element, obviously by deleting the row and the column and taking the determinant of that particular element. So now we'll find the cofactors of each. So the cofactor of 1, so 1, this one, the cofactor of this one, as you know, the sign for this is plus, this goes minus, this is plus, this is minus, this is plus, and again this is minus, this goes plus, this is minus, and this is plus. You check the material, it's clearly available. What are the signs of the matrix for 3x3 or 2x2? So now the cofactor of this one will be okay. What is the cofactor? How will you find? You are suppose if you are finding the cofactor of this one, you will delete the entire column and delete the entire row. This is remaining, right? So this is the determinant remaining, and it will have the sign positive sign, okay? And so what will be the value of this particular element? I mean the determinant of this particular element will be 2 minus 3, 2 minus 3 minus 1 and 3, right? So similarly, cofactor of again this one. So what will be the cofactor of this one? It will be minus of, so if you delete this column, the row and column, you will left with 1 minus 3, 2 and 3. It will be 1 minus 3, 2 and 3. Since we know that the sign for this particular element is minus, so we have placed with minus, prefix with minus. So similarly, again the cofactor of, again there is 1 there, so that this one. So if you delete this row and this particular column, you are left with 1, 2, 2 and minus 1. So it will be plus, sign will be plus there. It will be 1, 2, 2 and minus 1. So now again the cofactor of this particular element, this one, will be what? What is the sign there? It is minus. So it is minus of, so if you delete this particular column, this particular row, what is remaining? 1, 1, minus 1 and 3. 1, 1, minus 1 and 3. So similarly, the cofactor of this particular 2, it is positive there, right? So it is plus, so that will be, delete this column, delete this row, so it will be 1, 1, 2 and 3. So it will be 1, 1, 2 and 3. So then again the cofactor of element minus 3. So what will be the cofactor of minus 3? Obviously the sign for this is minus, so we'll have minus here. So delete this particular column and this particular row, 1, 1, 2 minus 1. So it is 1, 1, 2 and minus 1. So similarly, the cofactor of this particular 2. So if you delete this column, delete this entire row, so what happens? That is 2, right? So sign is positive there, okay? So it will be 1, 1, 2 and minus 3. So again, so you can see here, what about this minus 1? Cofactor of this minus 1. So I'll write it here. Cofactor of minus 1 is, so what is the sign it has here? It has minus here. It has minus. So it will be minus of, so, and what are the elements which we get after deleting the column and row? So we get 1, 1, 1 and minus 3. So 1, 1, 1 and minus 3. So again, cofactor of the last element here, this is 3. So that is 3. And what is the sign it holds? It holds plus. So what is the determinant we get from this this element? So we get 1, 1, 1 and 2. We get 1, 1, 1 and 2. So now we have to solve this. So once we solve this, so obviously you get 2, 3 is a determinant. How will you solve determinant of any matrix? I have shown you already in determinant. Check that video. 2, 3 is 6. Minus is common. Minus is common. So minus into minus will be plus. 3 ones are 3. Okay, this will be 6 minus 3 goes 3. So again for this, okay, it will be 1, 3 is 3 minus, okay, plus into minus, again it is open the bracket, 3 2s are, it is minus 6, right? So what happens to this? So minus into minus plus, 3 plus 6, it becomes 9, right? So that will not be just 9, it will be minus 9. You can see here the sign is very important. Okay, so it will be minus 9. So now look here. Now what happens here? It is positive here. Okay, plus into minus is minus 1, and then obviously there should be a minus by default. 2 2s is 4. Okay, minus 1 minus 5 becomes what? Minus 1 minus 4 becomes minus 5. So yeah, even if you multiply with this sign plus, it will be minus 5 only. So now, okay, now what is the multiplication of this? 1 3 is again 3, then minus as usual, minus into plus will be, okay, open the brackets, minus 1 1 is 1. So this becomes 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1 becomes 4, right? It will be minus 4. It will be plus 4 actually when you do this, but you have sign minus here, so that becomes minus 4. So now then 1 3 is again 3. So yeah, subtracted with 3, subtracted with 2 1s are 2. So it will be 3 minus 2 1. It will be plus 1 only, cause the sign here we have is plus. So then for this we have 1, okay, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, right? So minus 2 1s is 2. So this becomes minus 1 minus 2 becomes minus 3. Minus 3, right? But you see here the sign here is minus, right? So minus into minus becomes plus 3. It becomes plus 3. Hope you have understood this. So then 1 3 is minus 3, subtracted with 2 1s is 2. And what is the sign here? Plus. So obviously this minus 2 minus 3 becomes minus 5, right? Similarly, so here you have minus sign here. Careful with the signs, as I always tell you, careful with the signs. You shouldn't go wrong with the signs. 1 into minus 3 is obviously minus 3. Minus 1 1 is 1. So this becomes minus 3 minus 1 becomes minus 4. But we have the sign here minus. So if you multiply this minus with this minus, it becomes plus, right? So now 1 2 is again 2 plus, okay, minus 1 1 is 1. So it becomes. So now what is the adjoint matrix? Okay, before we write adjoint matrix, we will just write the cofactor of the matrix. Okay, cofactor matrix. So what is the cofactor matrix? So we can see here the cofactor matrix is, okay, the cofactor matrix is what? Okay, what is this 1 replaced with? 3, right? So it is 3. Then other things, so this one was replaced by this minus 9, so replaced by minus 9. Next is minus 5. Okay, next is minus 4. Next is 1, and the next one is plus 3, and the next one is minus 5, and here the next one is 4, and finally 1. So this is a cofactor matrix, right? This is the cofactor. So now what is the adjoint? Adjoint, I told adj. Adjoint is given by adj. Adjoint of matrix, adjoint of any matrix. Let's just consider this is matrix A. This is matrix A. Okay. Adjoint of any matrix will be what? As I told you, it is a transpose of a cofactor of a matrix. Okay. Now what is the transpose of this? It is 3 minus 9 minus 5. Then minus rows converted into columns. Minus 4, 1, 3. Again row converted into column. Minus 5, 4, and 1. So this is our final matrix. So this is for 14 marks, students. So prepare well on this, and I have given you few problems. Solve that, send it within 2 days, and we will move on to the next topic. I think so you have around like how many problems to do? So 1, 2, 3, and the last one there. So you are supposed to do 4 problems. Send it to me personally. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you.